Hi, my name is Carl Stanley and thank you for coming along to this session on building enterprise architecture skills. So the next thing we're going to go through is the scenario. Okay, so I put this course together like a science book report. Aim, method, expected result, act result. Aim is find knowledge on enterprise architecture and build a modeling language, or build knowledge and skills about a modeling language. What method I'm going to use? I'm going to do some presentations, but we're also going to go through a content meta model, and I'll explain more about that in the next section. But for now, let's look at the scenario. Now, imagine, if you will, you're a general manager of an IT department. So you have, under your remit, you have planning functions, you have building functions, you have running functions. So let me just write that up on the board here. Plan, build, run. Would you agree? That, my friends, is a reference to another framework called COBIT, or Control Objectives for IT. Look it up, it's version 5, good stuff. Also, there is a reference architecture for building an IT department. It is called IT for IT, and this is put out by the Open Group as well. So also the modeling language that we're going to talk about subsequently is called Archimate, and we're at version 3. So this one, to begin our scenario, IT for IT, all the capabilities that are required across each of these major functions or parts of your business. The IT for IT reference architecture calls them the value chain. Okay, and it goes into a little bit more depth, but we won't go through all that right now. What I wanted to show you is, hopefully we have processes that are part of the general manager's remit, right? So what do I mean? So, TOGAF. So we have people, process, information, and tools. Okay, we've got enterprise architects, PMs, BAs, all the people putting together the requirements, hopefully, for running your projects. Prince 2, PMBOK. I affectionately call this framework hell. There's frameworks everywhere. Okay, this could be PMs, SAs, solution architects, you name it, there's all sorts of people running around that function. And in this space, ITIL, the IT Information Library, BAU, business as usual, first, second, third level support, handover into production, all that sort of stuff. So say that's support, design. A lot of the design gets done up here at Solution Architecture Land, right? Okay, so that's you're a general manager, that's your remit, okay? Mr. GM, we'll put him up here. And who does the GM interface off against? As we said in the previous slides, he's against the business. Not against, but he's working with the business. And the business has all sorts of requirements. Now the business has a portfolio of projects, right? What is a project? The iron triangle: cost, scope, and time. Let me put this to you. Here's your scope, it's going to cost this much, it's going to take that much time. If I add scope, can I take time away and take cost away? Doesn't really work that way, does it? So we, as enterprise architects, we're in the scope. And the general manager hopefully has a team of EAs, people process. We have an EA team that is helping scope all those different initiatives. Now the business, here's the problem. Okay, so the business knows, when there's money business units, right? The business knows it's about to land 10 different projects, and it has a credibility issue. When I say that, I mean for the IT function, the IT business, putting the projects in, very difficult. What are all the dependencies between these projects and program? I know as a business that this all has to be done by December. Okay, so we, in theory, with our blueprints, enterprise architects, should be able to help, or with our knowledge, should be able to help our GM and the business. So if I was to ask you, hands on heart, can you tell me what all the dependencies are in your projects in the program right now? I'm actually seeing program certified PMP or PMI professionals who are TOGAF certified now. So they're actually across, and they have the remit for all those things, cost, scope and time. Because in the end, the portfolio is going to land on their lap and as an accountability. Okay, so that's a cool position. So the problem remains, how do we communicate back that hand on heart is going to work and you're going to have the projects in? This is where the course I've positioned it at this place, info. Wouldn't it be nice if you could speak all the same language and have all the same type of blueprints across plan, build, run? And this is what this is. Archimate. Remember, back to knowledge, this is the how bit. How is everything hanging together? Infrastructure services, application services, business products, business processes, application components, technology components, logical, conceptual, logical, physical components. I'm going to take you through in the next session a content meta model, which is the standard meta model for Archimate, which is going to help you put together all of the how. Okay, wouldn't it be nice if all of these knowledge bases, tools, were synced? Let's just say two-way synced all the way up. So you had what your plans were strategically, what your tactical plans were to get them in, and then what your as is was, as is. Would you believe there are tools on the market that are doing that right now? And you can whack a portal on the front of it and give it to your business and then put some BI reports on the front of it and away you go. You can show the business all of this knowledge and therefore they should have confidence and hands on hearts. You'll be able to get the projects in on time. Awesome, right? So that's what I'm putting together. Here is how, and we're just doing the Archimate pieces. Now, I told you enterprise architecture tool skills, building enterprise architecture skills with tools and techniques. Okay, so I'm going down to technique level here and tool level, but we're using a tool called Archi. Okay, so I'll ask you to download that as we go. And then I've actually even given you a sample enterprise case study. No, it's not the ones from the open group. This is specifically for a customer. Okay, of course it's been redacted with all the detail, but nonetheless, I'll show you exactly how to put these different viewpoints together so that you can see how everything is working. So next section, the method. Okay, and the method will be the content meta model, and I'll show you how that works. Don't forget, in the end, the goal, knowledge, to help our stakeholders make wise decisions. Stakeholder, our stakeholder, make wise decisions. Stakeholders all over the place. Don't forget there's a whole governance stream. I'll make a shout out to some of my other classes. I've actually concentrated on business architecture in one class as well. So if you like, have a look at those. First, this is the juice. If you can put all this together, and garnish that information, you've garnished the IP. And then you can move on to more exciting things, do things efficiently. And yeah, so have a look at that now. And we'll be back in the next session to talk about the method. So don't forget, we're still at the conceptual level of this course. Okay, thanks for listening. Catch you in the next session.